What's going on, family? What's going on? What's going down? What's shaking? Welcome to Jonathan Soul Interviews. This is Jonathan Soul speaking with you now. I had the honor and privilege of speaking with a tattoo artist, a fine artist, a graphic novelist, and a poor man's therapist in the person of Mr. Keef Cross. Talked about how he introduced us to the character Merce, the vampire tattoo artist, how popular the property has gotten, and where he wants to take it from here. Let's listen.
Hey, how you doing, man? Thanks for having me on the show.
Man, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And so let's just get the folks familiar. I mean, I doubt very seriously there's any black people who are into comics or nerddom that haven't heard of Keef Cross. But just in case they haven't, can you give them a little bit of an introduction?
Yeah, man, sure. I'm sure there's a few people out there that might not know who I am. It might be one or two. But yeah, man, my name is Keef Cross. I am Gary, Indiana native, raised in Atlanta. I've been here pretty much all my life, so I consider myself to be from here. Started out, of course, loving comic books, drawing comic books. Eventually got a tattoo apprentice. 16 years later, I've still been tattooing, but a lot of that stuff and a lot of those experiences that I've got from tattooing, I decided to put into my comic book, which is called DayBlack, which is about a vampire tattoo artist. So, and that's my main focus right now, man. Of course, I paint. I also teach an art class and little things like that. But comic books is my tunnel vision right now.
Gotcha. So you're a tattoo artist full time, but you focus on developing this comic book property, DayBlack. Can you introduce the folks a little bit to the character?
Sure. DayBlack is the story of Merce. And he is a man who, in the beginning of the story, he starts out as a slave in the cotton fields. He gets bitten by a vampire in the cotton fields, and long story short, in a nutshell, fast forward present day, he works as a tattoo artist. And this is a profession he chose because it's easier for him to access blood through a specially modified tattoo machine he has that sucks blood out as it gives the tattoo. Now it's a lot more going on. That's just kind of the nutshell, just to kind of get you out.
I gotta interrupt there, brother. That idea that you had about the double tattoo needle, because I was thinking, how is he getting? You know, when I first got the issue, when I was like, how is he getting his blood? Because it doesn't look like he's biting folk. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dropping on people in the alley like Blackula. It didn't look like he was doing that. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, my man got some technology up in here.
Right.
I was like, that's kind of gangster. Now, Merce, I gotta say this, man. When I saw Merce, I was like, damn, that shit didn't look like Mos Def.
That's who I fashioned the character after when I was drawing him. I think I saw a picture of Mos Def in a magazine or something. He had on somewhere he was looking cool. Yeah. And I wanted to draw it. I was like, let me draw this. So it ended up looking like a character, man. And then the more I drew it, and of course when you start making a comic book, the next progression logically in your brain is, okay, this may be a movie one day. Exactly. So if it was a movie, who could play this and who could play this? And it just rung in my head. It was perfect. Yeah. I was like, he's got the perfect attitude, everything I need, the perfect voice, I believe. So I've been sending stuff to his people, man. Hopefully he might want to mess with it, but I haven't heard anything back yet.
Man, don't worry, it's coming, man. I can clearly see it in this social media driven environment. It only take a few thousand tweets to get things going nowadays. So
exactly.
So the way I'm hearing it, and I gotta tell you, this is the same thing I heard from Paul Luis Julie, who does the pack, and Johansi, that a lot of you guys have a vision. You know what I mean? At the end of this, not the end of the road, but the next step is a movie. I mean, is that where you started out? You know,
well, everything nowadays is so planned out, man. It's like you've seen it happen. Mm-hmm. You've seen people put out a book. You've seen a movie, man. Like you could literally, everything is laid out for you to pretty much do what you want to do, as long as you have, I think, a good product. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, good team with you, but it's all laid out for you. All you got to do is go get it. As far as what I can tell, you know.
And the thing is so beautiful. The thing is so beautiful is that the cost of production is so low. You know what I mean? In terms of high definition cameras, software, computers to cut it up with. I mean, the fan film. Have you noticed on YouTube the quality of the fan films is starting to go up?
Yeah, I mean they'll trick you. Like you really think this movie, you really think the new Thundercats movie is about to come out because you saw a trailer for it to look real. You like, yeah. Then you at the end, you like, oh wait a minute, I see where they put this little cut from this movie in here and just messed it all up. But yeah, man, it's getting really sophisticated. You know,
now,
these people are serious.
They are serious, and the thing that's so beautiful from my perspective. I'm interviewing folk, I'm reading people content. You know, it's a renaissance happening. You know, I know the Harlem Renaissance we can talk about, but it was only like a few people that kind of got into the limelight in terms of like the white media and stuff. But I'm looking at what you guys are doing now, man. It's a ton of creators out there.
Yeah, man.
Who are some of the creators that inspire you?
Man, of course, my whole Rosarian Publishing crew,
right?
John Jennings, Stacy, Hess. Oh man, there's so many great folks over there, man. I'm just so proud to even be a part of that. Shout out to Bill Campbell, our publisher, who's out there killing it every day for us. But as far as my major influences, I've always been like a 70s underground comics kid, like Fritz the Cat and stuff by Ralph Bakshi and Robert Crumb, and really a lot of stuff that I probably wasn't supposed to be reading as a kid. Right. Because you know, my mom bought me comics, thinking, oh, they comic books. You know, what harm could they do? Little did she know, you know, it was some stuff being put out there. So those are my major influences. I'm also influenced a lot by filmmakers more than anybody else. Because as I draw, I usually because I used to read a lot of screenplays. I used to want to be a filmmaker. So when I'm drawing, I set a lot of my scenes up like a screenplay, or like having in mind that a camera might be looking at it from another angle and stuff like that. So, you know, music, all that stuff, man. Life is the hugest influence, you know?
What do you think about Marvel saving Hollywood's ass? You know what I mean? All of these comic book properties, I mean, the way that some of the pages lay out, they look like storyboards.
Right.
You know, and
yeah,
go ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, well, comics is the easy. It's like already a storyboard already laid out for you. So it's kind of a no-brainer. If a comic did good, let's adapt it as a movie. It's probably going to do good too, you know? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, comics are the ultimate storyboards. I think it's great. Like, people are saying that, or I've been hearing people talk about, you know, comic movies are going to die out and everything like that. I hope not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm having a blast with everything that comes out. I love it all.
Yeah. The thing that's so beautiful is the way I see that there's going to be a convergence between the people who are making these fan films, these independent movies, and the people like yourself who are making these graphic novels, these comics. I mean, it's just a natural affinity that y'all have. You know what I mean? Because the quality of work is there, but a lot of times maybe your stuff might not necessarily be Hollywood friendly. You follow me?
Right.
I mean, the thing I love about Merce and DayBlack is this is a brother. You know what I mean? He's a vampire, but this is a straight brother. And and the little. Let's get into your art style. So I'm starting to geek out a little. Let's get into your art style. So one thing, it's very dreamy to me when I look at it. It looks like some Japanese kind of. You know how in the Japanese paintings they touch the clouds a certain way and the foam of the sea and all that kind of stuff. When he dips off into his I forget the word, but when they fall asleep or whatever,
narcolepsy. It's narcolepsy.
Yeah, when the narcolepsy hits him or whatever, he goes into these dreams. It has a rhythm to it. It kind of, you know, I'm not gonna say what you was, you know what I mean, puff pass, but it was like when I look at it, it's like
I don't know nothing about that.
Man, I mean, the creativity is just amazing. What kind of reaction do you get from fans when you meet them and they see your work?
Oh man, well first of all, I get nothing but love, man, and nothing but just like positive vibes and all of that, which is so inspiring, and it's fueling itself for me to go back and do more. But people definitely look at the art first.
Yeah.
And that's really how I always designed it, because I've never really looked at myself as a writer. I always knew, but I knew that the only way my book was going to be done if I wrote it myself. So I kind of had to evolve as a writer, just so, because I wanted it to be art driven, but I didn't want it to be just totally art driven, because I didn't want it to be empty. You know what I'm saying? I still wanted it to have a little substance to it. So, but yeah, a lot of people, everybody loves the style, man. People tell me, like, if you ever heard of this guy or heard of this artist, I'm like, no, but I try to look people up when they suggest, because I want to see who they think I look like. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, number love, man. Number love, number inspiration from all my family. I can't say fans yet, but I like to say fam. All my fan base.
All right, family. I know you guys dug that interview with Mr. Keef Cross. Wanted to hip you guys to some events he's going to be a part of. Let's see here. Keef is going to be at NerdCon Stories in Minneapolis, Minnesota, October 16th through the 18th, I believe, 2016. He's going to be there, I think, signing books and participating and so forth. October 22nd to the January the 14th, 2007. He has an art show and film screening, okay, because you know he did like a short film about the DayBlack character. So you can go to, that's going to be in Atlanta. You can go to fultonarts.org, FULTON arts.org, for the NerdCon Stories. I believe it's nerdconstories.com. And yeah, check the brother out. You can go get his book at Peep Game Comics, Rosarian Publishing. .com, Peep Game Comics with an X .com, Comixology, and other places like that. The trade or the first volume is kind of hard to get. You can pre-order the second volume now, which I'm about to do as soon as I finish this little outro. Anyway, man, yeah, go ahead and support the brother, guys and gals, cats and kittens. You know, building this community involves a degree of circulation. We got to circulate our minds in terms of what each other's doing, and everybody needs to be producing something. And we need to circulate our dollars so everybody can eat, and we can all get off the plantation. Speaking of plantation, I need y'all to help a brother get off by going to Amazon.com and picking up my ebook, Malcolm Mars. 200 pages, $3. Can't beat that. 3 brothers take their families to Mars on a homemade starship to escape the violence and racism of Earth. Malcolm Mars. Malcolm like the prophet, Mars like the planet. This is Jonathan Soul. Follow me on Twitter, JOHNATHANSEL on Twitter. Jonathan Soul on SoundCloud. Jonathan Soul on Tumblr. Love you guys. Hope all your dreams come true. Peace.